Yo, it's your boy, new boy, man. First off, I want y'all to hit that subscribe button. That's the first thing I need y'all to do. We're trying something new on this channel right now. Doing some 2K, like 2K news sort of thing on that, like Baz Plug, Phantom type of, Phantom's type of vibe going on. So 2K22 has just dropped. Well, a couple days ago, they dropped some news. I've been out of town, so I really haven't been able to put out videos for you guys. For one, I have a entire series coming on, like a Road to 2K22 thing, something to do with the Olympics, or I might switch it up and do a my career. I don't know. That's just what I'm going. That's just how I'm going right now. So let's start off and see the first thing 2K22 has done. So they have dropped 4 new screenshots over the past week. They have Candace Parker, Dirk Nowitzki, Rui Hachimura, my boy Rui, and Luka Doncic, man. So they have dropped some heat as far as visuals are concerned. Graphics do look pretty decent, but we're not here to talk about the graphics. We want to know about the gameplay. So 2K has dropped something on their forum. First look at NBA2K22's next gen visuals on PlayStation 5. So first thing I want to talk about is on the court gameplay. Key on the court gameplay improvements are being implemented to give the player not only more control over how they score the ball, but also how they counter moves on the defensive end. That's only the beginning. The more impactful changes will be introduced along with the first NBA 2K22 gameplay reveal trailer coming out later in August. So the first thing that we got is we're gonna get some gameplay in August, but this is really nothing new. This is every year, but it's good to see that they are actually saying when the gameplays and stuff are going to happen. And the first thing that they're talking about is defense, which is actually pretty crazy because defense, you don't really get rewarded on defense as much as you should. Defensive attributes in 2K have been so backwards that it's like you can have a great offensive player, but you have nothing to counter against that great offense. Like if we had the ability to have great offensive players and great defensive players in a game where you have people actually hyped up about defense, I just feel like, it'll be more competitive and it'll be more balanced instead of everything being so offensive based. Even though, yeah, the NBA now is centered around offense, the defensive players do make an impact, and you can tell during the playoffs and especially during the finals how much defense does play a huge role. So I'm glad to see that they're focused on that. Next thing they said is something about offense. Breaking down the defenders off the dribble with new signature moves and combos, precision jump shooting, dunking in traffic, and pulling off alley-oops have all become more skill-based. Basketball IQ and stick skills play an even bigger role in separating top offensive players. So there's no more speed glitching, and there's no more curry sliding. That's the memo that I'm getting. What it looks like they're going to do is focus on, if you're really good at the game and you really know how to dribble, it's going to show. If you really have IQ and you really know what you're doing on offense and on defense, it's going to show. And I'm glad that they're going in that some sort of direction. I'm glad that they're going that path, because that speed glitching BS that we had this year was a L. Let's be honest, and nobody really liked that. And I'm pretty sure other people that are trash on 2K22 will most definitely run back to 2K21. And just because they can speed glitch, they're gonna say the game is quote unquote better when the whole time it's really not. Defense. A completely revamped shot contesting and blocking system highlight a new arsenal of defensive tools at your disposal. Playing suffocating defense on the perimeter and in the paint has never felt more rewarding, giving elite defenders the ability to truly change the outcome of the game. This sounds like a W for defensive players and defense in general. I feel like they started off talking about defense, and now they have another section catered towards defense. I feel like that's good because defensive players need to get rewarded. Honestly, if I have Clamps on Hall of Fame, it should feel like Clamps Hall of Fame. I shouldn't get the same amount of bump steals or the same amount of bumping animations as silver or bronze. They just really need to focus on defense, and I'm glad that they focused on defense this year. Suffocating defense on the perimeter. Paint has never felt more rewarding. These are key words that I really, really like, and I really, really hope that it means what they say in this article, because if it does not, it's just a whole bunch of nothing. But I'm pretty sure the graphics look a little improved, so I know just because the little improved graphics are concerned, I feel as if there might be more and more animations and more things that cater towards actually being good in the game instead of being, getting rewarded for BS. They have also a season system. Across fan favorite experiences, seasons allow players to extend and enhance their hoop ambitions long after the game launch. Free for all 2K22 gamers and My Team, My Career, and the W modes bring more content, more rewards, and more ways to play. And this year, seasons will be introduced all new way to level up your My Player and earn exciting My Player prizes in the city and the neighborhood. More details will be revealed about the expanding seasons experience later in August. So that's cool. That sounds like we got seasons. I feel like, okay, now I think that they're going to add on more things throughout the year, which is, I mean, something they kind of already do with these random events and stuff like that. But if they're changing the way the whole entire park looks every couple weeks, I think that's pretty cool. I really think that's a W. And I heard we were playing on the beach as well, so it's pretty cool. And they also proceed to talk about My Team and things like that. But let's talk about the city. New city and new neighborhood. The biggest online basketball community gets 2 different makeovers in NBA 2K22. PS5 and Xbox Series X and S players, 2K22 players will step up and allow an all-new version of the city. Players will compete while setting sales high seas. Take your best My Player builds and express yourself through both the game and style in each unique online experience. A living, breathing city. Step in, well, I mean, we don't really care about the city. It was already here, it's just gonna be revamped. Matchmaking options in the city opens up a quicker alternative to get into online hoops. My players can enter select matchmaking buildings and be placed into immediate competition. Matchmaking sessions will be available for a number of game types and will contribute to all My Player progresses. I don't know how I feel about matchmaking, mainly because you really matchmake in rec. If you actually play rec, there is matchmaking in rec. If you are below a 95, you get matched up with people below 95s. If you're 95 and up, you usually get played and centered towards people that are 95 and up. Now they add in matchmaking as far as games is concerned. That's a W, but I hope it's not a whole entire building instead of go like, you know how it was in 2K16 where you can just run, or the way you can change parks because your park might be dead and then you go to another park. I feel like if we just run to this certain spot and be able to get into a whole entire matchmaking session, I think that'll be pretty cool. But it's cool that they're adding these things in the neighborhood. All aboard the 2K cruise. NBA 2K gamers will show up and compete in an all-new dedicated basketball community. Neighborhood built on spacious decks of a sailing cruise ship, exploring hoop and nautical luxury. And when the cruise dock in exotic locals throughout the season, make your excursion counter to participate in shoreline event, all taking place completely off the ship. Wow. So not only do you have events on the ship, but we also have events off the ship. That's a W. I feel like that's going to be pretty cool. And then proceed to talk about My Career. The city is going to be more and more NPC based, and you can do a lot of things that, you know, have some fun. More to the journey, and NBA 2K22 will feature fresh faces and engaging storylines. So I'm pretty sure for PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, you guys will still be having stories and things of that nature. So that was the whole entire forum. In my personal opinion, I honestly feel like NBA 2K22, they're listening to more of what we have to say. It is starting to show that they're listening to more of what we have to say instead of them doing their own thing and listening to the people in the 2K area has to say, in my opinion. So that's really that for this video. I really hope y'all like this kind of change. Hopefully it, you know, brings a little spark to our little community. But I will be having a gameplay coming out, a series coming out that's leading up to NBA 2K22, so y'all stay tuned for that. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all subscribe. I'm out.